And now people had to find out, have to be shown that these people eats whatever the hell they want to eat because they don't keep any laws, any dietary laws of the Most High. They don't keep those. They don't keep any moral laws. And these are the same people that's telling you in the churches to this day and taught out people to teach everybody else that the laws of the Most High God is dead.
Okay. Which video you wanted to bring up?
It was foods only the rich can afford. Now, notice what they say: foods only the rich can afford. Is oh man, the things that these people eat is disgusting. You are not to follow the way of the heathen. Hey, Bible Shah, let's bring out Jeremiah 10, verse 2 real quick, just to let me back off of that explanation.
I don't see one poll actually.
All right, let me see.
Jeremiah chapter 10, verse 2.
I sent it again.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't have that.
Book of
Yeah,
Jeremiah 10, verse 2. Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven. For the heathen are dismayed at them. 10 and 2.
God, so we're not to learn the way of the heathen. It's the same thing as when they put their hands on the book of Enoch. And the book of Enoch, when you read it, it has a lot of scriptures in it that tells you a lot of truth, but then it also has a lot of scriptures in there that tells you nothing but folly and lies. Like one of the scriptures in there, it tells you that the angels came down and had sex with the women. And when they had sex with the women, their kids became giants, and their kids, their eyes, their babies' their eyes were the color of blue. They was pale, and they had the color of blue. Their eyes were the color of blue, and it twinkled like the stars of the universe. I said, that's garbage. Close the book. That was enough for me. That was enough. I didn't want to read anymore because we know that's a bunch of lies. We know that's a bunch of lies. So now we're not to learn the way of these heathens. We're not to follow their customs, their way of life, their styles, their holidays, anything. We're not to follow that. We're to gather together and do what the Most High God wants us to do. Follow His laws, His righteousness, His way of life. Let's get Baruch 4 verse 1 real quick. Just to let me back on that. Because if you're not following His laws, you're already dead.
This is the book of Baruch, chapter 4. This is the book of the commandments of Yahweh, and the law that endureth forever. All they that keep it shall come to life, but such as leave it shall die.
So when you want to leave His laws and you want to eat raw meat, you want to eat monkey brains, you want to eat doggy poo-poo and all kind of other things, you're already dead. You're a dead man walking. The more you learn the ways of the heathen, the more you're going to fall into that abyss of dying one way or another. And believe me, His words does not go out void. All right, Arthur, when you're ready, you can play that video for us.
Eating the same old food? Fancy a taste of some of the finest ingredients money can buy? A meal like this one would set you back more than just a few $1,000s. Don't believe me? Stay tuned to find out about some foods that are only available to the rich. Coffin Bay King Oysters. Let's kick things off with one of the most prestigious entrees around, oysters. Unless you happen to be drowning in cash, these babies probably aren't part of your typical Friday night dinner. There are many varieties of this legendary delicacy, but just one can be named the literal king of all oysters, the Coffin Bay King Oyster. Grown exclusively on a farm located within a sheltered peninsula off the Australian west coast, these wallet-busting mollusks come with a hefty price tag of about $75 a pop. After being grown for 6 years rather than the usual 18 months, each bad boy can weigh up to 2 pounds, meaning they can have up to 10 times more meat than their run-of-the-mill cousins. Their strong aroma and complex taste have earned them the title of the oyster steak of the ocean. But if you want to shell out and see for yourself, you'll have to head down to Australia's Eyre Peninsula. Almas Caviar. Oysters are a great appetizer, but if you want to get real swanky, why not throw in some caviar? Behold the almighty Almas Caviar, which will set you back a cool $25,000 for a 2.2 pound tin. Of course, the tin is made of metal which has been bathed in 24 karat gold, so it's worth every penny, right? Caviar is usually made from the eggs of the savruga, osetra, and beluga species of sturgeonfish. But this white caviar comes exclusively from the albino beluga sturgeon, which lives in the Caspian Sea. Because their albinism is caused by a genetic disorder, albino belugas are extremely rare nowadays. That doesn't stop
Wait,
the filthy
so Lucky, can you save that?
chances of survival
Can you
even
pause
more.
that real quick? So now they want you to eat the eggs of a fish that has the same disorder as them. The same disorder as them. They want you to eat eggs of an animal, raw eggs at that. We already know we eat the eggs from a chicken. We scramble it. No, we fry it. Things like that. But these people are eating raw eggs of a fish that has the same kind of skin disorder as them, and albino, whatever the hell they call it. They're eating this. The same disorder as them. Yeah, we can continue.
Or by eating their eggs anyway. The pearl-like eggs are extracted from the specimens over 100 years old and are said to boast an intense, nutty, creamy taste best enjoyed on toast or over ice with vodka to finish. Almas Caviar can only be purchased from one of the few select caviar house and prunier stores in London. And did I mention it's commonly eaten with a pearl spoon? Bird's nest soup. Have you ever felt compelled to climb a tree and chow down on an entire bird's nest? Or better yet, take it home and turn it into soup? Believe it or not, bird's nest soup is a major delicacy in China, costing anywhere between $2,500 to $10,000 per kilogram. These aren't any old bird's nests, but the nests of swallows or swiftlets which are made from 100% saliva. That's right, these birds make their babies' homes out of their own solidified spit. And some culinary connoisseurs can't get enough of the stuff. When they're boiled in water, the delicate nests dissolve into a gelatinous goop which is supposedly perfect for soups. Yummy. The asking price of about $100 per bowl can be attributed to how hard the nests are to get a hold of in the first place. Climbers must scale the dark and dizzying heights of the Madai Caves in Malaysia to scout for nests that are ready for the picking. Ideally after one batch of eggs is hatched, but before a second. After that, each tiny feather must be individually removed by hand. Ayam Cemani Black Chicken. Chicken isn't the most unique menu item, but have you ever seen one like this before? The Ayam Cemani chicken, which hails from Indonesia, isn't just coated in jet black feathers. It's totally black on the inside too. This Lamborghini poultry grows at a slower rate and supposedly tastes slightly better than your everyday kind. But Cemanis aren't actually eaten for their flavor. The reason for its elusiveness and desirability is that the bird can be traced back to Japanese folklore of the 12th.
So these people like to eat bird spit. Bird spit.
Century, where it was considered a mystical food of the elite. Its charcoal-colored blood is also rumored to bring power and wealth upon those who consume it, making it a sought-after good luck charm in certain cultures. Samanis are hard to come by in the US, so the asking price can be up to $2,000 for a full-grown bird and $200 for a single newborn chick. Kobe beef. Steak makes a mean main course, but if you want a truly premium experience, there's one kind that'll do the job. Kobe beef. These illustrious cuts of meat are procured from the Tajima-gu breed of Japanese Wagyu cattle, which are raised in the Kobe region. The animals are so well esteemed that they live like kings. They're massaged daily, played classical music, and even fed beer to induce their appetite. Kobe beef is renowned for its superior flavor, tenderness, and high amount of intermuscular fat, which contributes to its melt-in-the-mouth qualities. All Wagyu beef is rated on a marbling scale of 1 to 12 based on this distribution of fat, and Kobe beef only qualifies if it scores between 10 to 12. The luxury beef market has even been tainted by controversy after numerous establishments tried to pass off regular Wagyu beef as Kobe. With Kobe fraud rampant in the US, all cuts must now be assigned a 10-digit ID number so that it can be traced back to the cow it came from. Restaurateurs must also carry a license of authenticity that can be shown on demand. So if you're a beef aficionado, it's worth checking before shelling out up to $300 for a single pound of meat. Blonde d'Aquitaine steak. For those rich enough to take a been-there-done-that approach to Kobe beef, perhaps Blonde d'Aquitaine steak is more your forte. This rare beef is considered the most expensive steak in the world, and you can expect to pay about $3,200 for just one cut. The meat comes from prized free-range Blonde d'Aquitaine cattle and is produced by Parisian butcher Alexandre Polmard on his family farm in northeastern France. The extortionate price tag is thanks to the technique Polmard developed in the 1990s to treat the meat. The cattle are hand-reared and free to roam the forests and grasslands of the French countryside, and only 4 are killed weekly. Each cow is then slaughtered humanely to make the process as stress-free as possible and to keep acidity levels at a minimum. The meat is then stored in a room and pumped with a constant stream of air at speeds of almost 75 miles per hour and temperatures of negative 45 degrees Fahrenheit, where it remains in this state of forced hibernation for 15 years. To see if it's really worth it, you'll have to visit Polmard's store in Paris. Very few restaurants are entrusted with the beef, and Polmard pays each establishment a personal visit before they're even allowed to serve it. La Bonat potatoes. The potato is one of the most humble foods around, but not when it comes to the sought-after La Bonat variety, aka the world's most expensive potato. These spuds are so well regarded that they're even known as the caviar of the potato world. Why, you ask? Firstly, they're almost exclusively grown on the tiny island of Noirmoutier off the coast of western France, and only about 20 tons are produced yearly. Preparing them for sale is also an arduous process because they're too delicate to be machine harvested, so each potato must be carefully hand-picked instead. With all the added effort it takes to get a hold of them, you might be wondering why La Bonat potatoes are worth eating to begin with. Fans of the souped-up spud say the sea air and sea water, which acts as a fertilizer for the soil, gives the potatoes a hint of sea salt and even a suggestion of lemon. If you fancy La Bonats for tea, you should probably know that they sell for about $300 per pound. White truffles. If there's one thing capable of elevating a dish to new layers of prestige, it's truffles. These fragrant fungi are some of the world's rarest delicacies, and even the Romans couldn't get enough, attributing them with therapeutic and aphrodisiac properties. White truffles, or the diamond of the kitchen, are by far the best. The knobbly white mushrooms can only be harvested between October through December in the forests of Piedmont and northern Italy, where they grow inches below the earth with the roots of hardwood trees, which means finding them isn't easy. Specially trained dogs or pigs, known as truffleculteurs, must scour the forest floor in search of hidden gems below the earth. Scientists have tried and failed to domesticate white truffles, meaning you also won't be stumbling upon any in your local supermarket anytime soon. These factors all contribute to the fervor surrounding truffles and the value their complex flavor can bring to risotto, pasta, and even foie gras. Just 1 pound of white truffles costs around $2,000, and in 2009, a record-breaking single 1.6 pound specimen was even auctioned for an eye-watering $150,000. Kopi Luwak coffee. Many people enjoy an after-dinner
All right,
beverage,
Salakia.
and guests with particularly deep pockets, perhaps only Kopi Luwak coffee will survive. Legend has it this highly valued coffee was first discovered in Indonesia under Dutch colonial rule. Native farmers and plantation workers were forbidden from harvesting coffee for their own.
I'm going to show you a way to potentially make money by pairing Amazon with the power of AI without ever selling products. And I promise you've never heard about this before.
Hey, Elder, when you get a chance, can we go to the next video? We're going to go to the next video. There's only certain things I wanted y'all to see in there is what they're eating out of there. They're eating
Kopi Luwak is
bird spit.
the world's most expensive coffee.
So now we go into this coffee.
Is the uncommon method of producing such a coffee. It has been produced from the coffee beans which have been digested by a certain Indonesian cat-like animal called palm civet, or also civet cat. This is the reason Kopi Luwak is also called cat poop coffee or civet cat coffee. The feces of this cat will be collected, finished and sold as Kopi Luwak. Why is Kopi Luwak so special and the most expensive coffee? The most important reason of the coffee's speciality is the production process. The coffee tree. The coffee tree, Coffea, is a flowering evergreen plant native to tropical Africa and Asia. The coffee tree usually catches someone's eye due to its attractive white flowers. Moreover, the coffee tree produces red or purple cherries that are, despite their misleading name, berries. In most cases, the coffee berries contain 2 seeds. These seeds are the so-called coffee beans. The coffee beans. The seeds of the coffee tree are called coffee beans. However, the word bean is used incorrectly in everyday speech because of their resemblance to beans. They are found inside of the coffee cherries. Most of the time, cherries contain 2 seeds or beans. Coffee beans are the source for coffee. The digestion. Palm civet cats adore coffee cherries. Civet cats living in the wild select the ripest coffee cherries with the highest quality. But how can the digestion process affect the coffee beans and dramatically improve their flavor? The flesh of the coffee cherries is removed during the digestive process. The coffee seeds or beans inside the cherries are not digested by the civet cats. It is believed that this digestive oversight is responsible for giving civet coffee its special and unique flavor. Scientists have undertaken research about Kopi Luwak coffee. What they found is natural enzymes in the civet's intestines make the beans less acidic and therefore less bitter. The palm civet. The civet cat is a small mammal which belongs to the Viverridae family. In Indonesia, these animals are known as luwaks. Palm civet cats have a body length of about 53 centimeters, 21 inches, and weigh between 2 to 5 kilograms, 4.4 to 11 pounds. Their appearance resembles a cat at first sight, but their legs are much shorter and its tail is much longer compared to an ordinary cat. Why is this animal so famous? This little animal is most famous due to its particular affection for coffee berries. As mentioned previously, palm civet cats living in the wild love eating delicious coffee beans. Usually they collect just the tastiest beans for their diet. The feces. After about 24 to 36 hours, the coffee beans eaten by the palm civet cat are defecated. In most parts of the world, excrement from wild animals is considered waste. But in Indonesia, Thailand, and the Philippines, civet cat feces are seen as gold. This is because the coffee beans departed the civet's digestive tract almost unaffected. According to scientists, this adds to the special flavor of the coffee made from civet cat beans. Today, these coffee beans are a luxury good and sold all over the globe. It is better known as Kopi Luwak or civet coffee. Due to its rarity, cat feces coffee is also the world's most expensive coffee. The finishing. Wild Kopi Luwak is collected from local farmers in Indonesia or the Philippines. They separate the coffee beans from the feces, wash them, and then dry them in the sun. Once the beans are dry enough to remove the outer skin or parchment easily, they are put into a wooden mortar and pounded with a pestle. The beans are not affected by the pounding, but the skin will break apart, making it possible to easily remove the coffee beans. In the next step, the beans are hand sorted to remove any damaged beans. Now the remaining Kopi Luwak beans are ready for roasting. Raw Kopi Luwak loses much weight during the different stages of this process. 10 kilograms or 22 pounds of raw Kopi Luwak will not yield more than 2 kilograms or 4.4 pounds of roasted Kopi Luwak beans. That's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. And please don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell button.
Look at that.
Box, 3 layers deep in Cinnabon menu.
That makes you not want to drink coffee anymore.
And the pizza plus another pizza. Triple treat box, only from Pizza Hut.
That makes me not want to drink coffee ever again.
Half of all animals in the open ocean drift in currents.
Smile.
Jellyfish cross entire oceans, feeding on whatever happens to tangle with their tentacles. Some can grow to 1 meter, even 2 meters across. And when, by lucky chance, they encounter a patch of sea rich in plankton, their numbers
Shalom, Elder. Shalom, Elder. Can you hear me?
It's such a successful strategy that jellies are one of the most common life
I want to go to the next I want to go to the next one that we have up there.
But among the jellies,
I don't know what this one came from.
somewhat like them, is a rather more complex and sinister creature. The Portuguese man-o-war. It floats with the help of a gas-filled bladder, topped by a vertical membrane. With that serving as a sail, it maintains a steady course through the waves.
Hey, yeah. I don't know if you have me on the phone. I'll try to stop that video. God. Oh, God. I was trying to go to the next one I sent you. Okay. It should be one where the woman was eating raw meat.
hosting everyone for the holidays was a bad plan.
Especially when your Wi-Fi only works close to the router. Better.
Hi, I'm Wendy Marshall, and I enjoy eating raw meat. In other cultures, it's their everyday life. Like, that's what they do. They have a big variety of meats, insects. But here in America, when I do it, people find it odd, weird. People come at me very negatively. But it's just something that I enjoy, and I like it. One more bite, because I can't stop eating it. Hey, we're at the grocery store, and I'm gonna come in here and get some lunch. I started eating raw meat, I suppose I was like 2 years old. It could have been before that. I just remember my mom and my grandmother when I was younger, they would just always, like if they were cooking hamburgers or like a steak, they would always just give me a piece, and it just became the normal. It was always just normal for me.
I invited my grandmother over for dinner, so she's here for dinner, and dig in.
I didn't realize that other people didn't do that until I would say I got into like middle school, high school, and I would do it around my friends, and they were just completely weirded out to the point where they would scream and run.
So good. I agree.
I still enjoy it, and I will do it for the rest of my life.
She's eating raw
Okay, so this
meat.
beef, you see how it's
Esau Edom. This is Esau Edom. Red pottage, raw red pottage. She's eating raw meat. Raw meat. And she's proud of it. She goes in there just to eat raw meat. I'm like, yo, these are the people that our people wants to marry and be a part of? This is the woman you choose over your own women? This disgusting woman, this? And this is why the Most High gave us that dietary laws, what we are to eat and what not to eat. And she's chomping down on the big, thick steaks. I mean, raw. Raw. And they wonder why I call them vampires. Modern day vampires. If we can't, let's please continue.
Kind of like a lightish pink. I personally wouldn't pick anything like this because it has a different taste when it's a little bit more lighter than as opposed to this. This is darker, therefore you'll have more of like the iron steak bloody taste. I can't really explain it. So I would get something like this as opposed to that, simply because of the color. Color definitely matters when you're choosing like a steak to eat. This one looks okay. It's a little bit thinner, but this one, oh my God, it's so thick and juicy. Yes. We're gonna get this one. So I also enjoy eating ground beef. The way that I pick my ground beef is there's different kinds. Like this one is 85% lean, this one's 90% lean, and then there's also organic, but I don't really care if it's organic or not. It's so good. But I like the 90% lean, and a lot of people like are afraid that I'll get E. coli or something because it's, you know, ground beef. But honestly, in order for you to get E. coli, they have to nick the intestine, and you get E. coli from feces. So it's not just there. You don't just have E. coli there. They have to mess up, the butcher has to mess up for that to happen. So. All right, we're ready for lunch. Looks like my burgers are done. Just the way I like it. When I'm eating raw meat, it doesn't disgust me. I don't find it gross. I find it actually kind of like empowering, like dominant. Me and 13 absolutely enjoy it, and it makes me feel more empowered and more barbaric in a sense. I love it. like a heart too. You see it?
Yeah,
I do crave
eating raw meat.
The iron taste, the bloody taste, the texture. If you love that, you can't get over that taste. Like, it is amazing. It's absolutely amazing, and you will forever crave that. The meat by the bone, oh my God. I've been eating raw meat since I was 2 years old. I don't do it for any health reasons or anything like that, although I do have a hard time digesting cooked meat, so raw meat is a better benefit for me. I also am a part of the keto diet, so you know, if you are a part of the keto diet, then you know that meat is a big thing in the ketogenic diet. Also, there is vitamin B in raw meat. It's good for reproductive health. It's good for your digestive health. People are really concerned about how my stools are, and there has not been a change. They have been normal. They have been perfectly fine. I am not pooping out worms. Also, people want to know how my lady bits are. They're perfectly fine. Me eating raw meat does not change the way that they are. If anything, you know, raw meat has benefits with your hormonal stuff and things like that. So I just wanted to clear the air on that. Everything is good for me. There's like barely anything left. Put the lotion on the skin and it gets the holes again. I think people get weirded out from me eating raw meat because they don't understand it, and it's not something that you see every single day here in our culture. Like, if you want certain parts, you have to rip your way through it. And so a lot of people, when they see something that they don't understand, they tend to act negative towards it. Like, they shun it, or they come at you in a negative way because they don't understand. And honestly, it's kind of why I'm making this video, to try to help people understand that there's so many health benefits to what I do, and it's not just some girl being stupid on the internet eating raw beef or raw meat in general. It's genuinely healthy for me, and a lot of people are saying that I can get worms or I can get tapeworm or things like that, and as that is a possibility, I am aware of that, and I have never ever gotten sick from this. I have never gotten a parasite. I have never gotten a worm. I have been doing this since I was 2 years old, and it hasn't bothered me. And I think we are done. You can check me out on YouTube, Snapchat, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I'm on everything. Just type in Wendy Marshall and you will find me on any of those social media platforms. And please subscribe to the Wizard of Odd TV.
God, oh my gosh. She's eating everything that's raw. Bashar, let's get Leviticus 19, verse 26.
That was just disgusting.
Was it?
That was nasty as hell.
She's eating raw hamburgers. I mean, raw steak.
Hey, I can't even. I couldn't get out of my head that whole steak. I couldn't even eat that whole steak cooked. She ate that whole steak.
Dang, I'm like, oh.
He said Leviticus, what, 19?
Verse 26.
This is the book of Leviticus 19. She ate that whole steak, boy. I can't believe she did. 19 to 26. You shall not eat anything with the blood, neither shall you use enchantment, nor observe times.
Right, you're not supposed to eat these things with the blood in it. This is Shalaki. Oh man, I mean, yeah. This is raw meat with the blood still in it. Raw meat with the blood still in it. These people, this is how to show you that these people don't follow the laws of the Most High God. This is why Yahweh always tells you to gather yourselves together. Get away from these wicked people. Get away from them. You don't want to be there in a day of his wrath or get caught up in his wrath. You don't want that because you want to hang with these wicked people that want to eat raw meat. The woman was eating raw meat with the blood still in it. The cow was still mooing. And she's eating it. All right, listen, Mike, can we play the next one about more what the she saw eats?
Hey,
she
ain't that whole state.
No, she bugged me out when she said she was eating raw hamburgers. I'm like, how the hell do you eat raw hamburgers?
I just can't believe she ate that whole steak. I just can't believe it.
Carl, somebody said Salakia.
Todd, I'm sitting here kind of sick because I just ate steak tacos. I'm like, oh my God. That is nasty as hell.
Oh, man.
Which one do you want to see, King?
The next one, it says, True Life. I'm addicted to eating dog poop.
Okay.
These people eat every damn thing. Everything.
I don't know if you guys want to be warned ahead of time. This one
man
may not be. Anyway, here we go. Oh, sorry, wrong screen.
Don't let Esau hear that you are vegan. He might change that to something else. Who knows what Esau what he gonna put in that food then?
You know what I mean? I feel like a flag. You my little girl on that catwalk. Come on, babe.
My name's Kelly. I'm 20 years old. I grew up in the suburbs of Connecticut. I'm a typical college student, and except that I'm addicted to eating dog food.
Yeah. Listen to him. Isn't that crazy?
Got some demons, bro.
Get him, mama.
Oh, what the disgusting! You see that? Oh my gosh, man! Come on. Eating dog poop for 10 years? Oh. Blah.
Her breath stank.
She's eating a doodle log like it's nothing.
Please stop this video, Elder. Please. Please stop this video. This time, please, please. I can't take no more. I can't take it no more.
I didn't want that. You guys are the first to know. I just feel like I need to get it off my chest. And I don't want you to look at me differently, but I have this. Oh my God. I have this addiction to collecting and eating dog poop. There, I said it.
What?
Are you serious?
Like, why? Like, how? Like, what's going on? What happened?
So in shock. Like, how long has this been going on?
That's nasty.
Come
Get
on,
it together.
nice,
No, that's disgusting.
No.
Like, she can get sick and die.
Guys, I eat dog poop and I can't.
Tell her, Eve, that's disgusting.
You need help. You need to fix that problem. All right? That's a personal problem. You need to fix it. Sorry about that.
You know what? I think we should just leave her alone for now. We'll be back. All right?
You handle yourself. Fix your face. Get it together.
Okay. Oh my God, that was the hardest.
Yeah, we
thing.
definitely know what her breath smell like. We know what that is.
They can understand and support me. They're my closest friends.
How you can understand this? You're eating dog doo-doo. Doo log.
And no matter what, we're gonna be here for you. We try to be understanding, but we both think we should consider getting some help.
I know. This is serious. Yeah, but
I know. I've spoken to a psychologist. I still haven't seen my doctor, but my psychologist said I need to come to terms with this, and this was telling my family and friends was the first step to getting help. And I'm really trying, guys. I really want to change. Oh, it's just been so hard. It's been a part of my life for so long. I understand. Are you planning to tell your parents? I don't know. I guess I don't know.
I mean, you should stop telling people and just get help. That's gross. It's nasty. It's disgusting.
Come on, you're so mad. I thought you were going to support me.
No. She did, not me.
I've done this. I know I shouldn't have done this. I'm going to lose friends.
Hey Callie, how you doing today?
I'm alright.
Okay. So your test came back, and I do see that you suffer from pica. It's a weird case, but it's still understandable. Like, I see that you
What's
do.
pica?
Pica is basically when you intake food that is actually it's no nutrition to your body. Okay. So
I thought there was a lot of nutrition in food.
No, there isn't. I mean, it's actually stuff that could actually harm your body in the long term.
Wow.
Yeah. So I mean, like, have you actually felt, unhealthy, for the past?
Well, I guess I didn't think much of it, but my health hasn't been great the past few years. I've felt things squirming around in my stomach, and I've had a lot of infections, and
yeah, it could cause worms.
Worms?
Yeah, because it's a lot of bacteria that you're intaking. So my recommendation is that obviously we have to talk to a psychologist, so because it's also a mental thing. So how you've been doing this for so long, it might be hard to stop. But we want to make sure that you get the right help that you need, because it's, like I said, it's not good for your health. Okay.
Okay.
So we could run more tests and send you some medication to pretty much start clearing up your system, so you could, get you back on track. Okay, but you're gonna be just fine.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, doctor.
No problem.
Thank you.
No problem.
Well, let the psychologist smell your breath.
I'm so nervous. I don't know what they're gonna say.
Still lucky, man.
Salakia.
you look at this. This person definitely got a spirit, man. This person got a serious demon, and a lot of times we think you could tell. You can't tell, man. Demons don't always be fronting at the mouth. You know, you got people who got, multiple personality disorder, and they call them all kind of fancy names today for these demons, but bottom line is it's a demon. It's a serious, serious spirit she got.
Hello, Kelly. Dr. Green, how are you? Please have a seat. Thank you. How are you today? Good, just a little bit nervous. Nervous?
You shouldn't even be shaking her hands. Probably got a little M&M doodle drops in her pocket.
How come? I've never talked to a psychologist before. I don't know what I'm nervous about. It's all right. You'll be okay. It's just gonna be a normal meeting. I'm just gonna ask specific questions. Okay. So they told me you have this problem with eating poop.
Yeah, I do. It's a little bit embarrassing.
So, what's your fascination with dogs?
I've always loved dogs. We used to have a family dog named Toby, and I love my dog. And when I was 10, unfortunately, he passed away.
So he passed away.
Yeah.
Did that have a really big impact in your life?
It did. It was the first part of my life that had died, and I was really upset and I was really depressed for a while.
You were depressed.
Yeah.
Okay. So when did this start happening?
Well, I guess I started eating poop around the same time that Toby died. Yeah. I was really upset one day, and I felt like I really needed to connect to Toby because Toby was my best friend, and I went outside in the yard where he used to play, and I found this pile of poop where he used to poop, and I just started looking at it and thinking that was inside of Toby once.
So that made you, did that attract it to you? That made you want to eat it?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't like poop, but I liked Toby, and that was part of Toby.
So you felt like because you had that close connection with Toby, you felt like it was okay to eat it?
Yeah, I mean, I just felt like I needed him to be a part of me, so I consumed his poop.
Okay, Kelly, so this is going to be one of our first meetings. It's not our last one because we got a long way to go soon. But I'll probably see you next week. I'll make you another appointment with my secretary in the front, and I'll just hope to see you next week then. All right? Thank you so much, Thank you. I'll see you. Have a good one.
Thank you.
Feel free to call me when you have any questions. All right?
Thanks.
Take it easy.
Thanks a lot, Elder. Yeah, we didn't see enough of this poopy eater. Yeah, see enough of her. The next one, this lady, this other Edomite lady, said she's been eating poop for over 12 years, and we have another Edomite who's been drinking watery poop. I mean, these people are just disgusting. Disgusting, but these are the people that they want to marry? Oh my gosh, man.
This motherfucker, all I know is she keep pooping in her house. All right, we about to dive into it.
My mother used to put poop in a jug.
Why? For what? You know what I mean? And how do you know what you saw, what you walked in her room? Mommy, can I eat? And you see her spread ass over a jug, squeezing out a big one. I mean, how? For what? Why? Just why?
Actually, by the time you put it in there, it's actually a dirty water jug is what that is. So that's what all those dirty water jugs are about.
Oh, these dirty water jugs that you didn't tell me about until just now? Thanks for letting me know when I walked in your house so I can avoid them. I appreciate that. Now it's not shit on my shoes.
I want to say that the reason that Shanna didn't get rid of all those bottles is because she's lazy. I hope it's not sentimental to her.
Imagine if her shit was sentimental. Yo, Stanley, don't throw that shit away. That's the shit from the McRib that I ate not too long ago. I'm keeping that.
This house has a septic issue. It's supposed to be drained once every 4 years.
I want to apologize to all the niggas that's eating food right now. My bad. And I apologize again for pausing it right here. You know what I mean? While it's shit on the fucking rim of the... My bad. I'm going to unpause it for y'all niggas.
And there's still some space in the toilet, but I don't want it to overflow. So I've been using a bucket. When the bucket is full of pee and poop, it's really hard to lift it. So I just put it in a smaller bucket.
What does that even solve? When this bucket's full, I put it in a smaller bucket. And when that bucket's full, I put it in a bowl. And when that bowl's full, I put it in a cup. And when that cup is full, you know what I do? I drink it and put that back in the bucket. Get the fuck out of here.
And I take it outside and empty it. My neighbors could view it as being odd that I dumped the bucket out in the front yard. No neighbors have said anything to me about it either, though.
This is your...
This small blue bucket my mother used before she died.
Is that poop all over the bucket?
Yeah, it's poop.
So you mean to tell motherfucking me, right? Do you think even... Imagine eating food from her. How much you want to... Think about what she... Oh, man.
So do you wash your hands? Like you're going to go eat soup in a minute. Are you going to wash your hands for that, or are you just don't worry about it?
No, actually I don't.
I could eat one bite of a motherfucking Krabby Patty and get E. coli. This motherfucker could eat shit and still be alive to this day. And that goes to show you that life ain't fair at the fuck all.
Okay, now this is not the worst hoard you've ever cleared out.
She's eating 2 feet from all the poop and urine.
There's shit on the rim of the motherfucking bowl, yo. Come on, man.
Do you think I meet the definition of a hoarder?
The poop, man. You got a ton of poop in this house.
Imagine being at a therapy session with these niggas, and it's like you going in a circle, and one of them like, oh, I hoard 1 million baseball cards. Oh, me, I just hoard shit that I get from the grocery store. And then it's her. Oh, I just hoard shit. You know what I mean? She hoards shit. Think of she's hoarding shit. That's it. It's nothing else really wrong with her house other than the fact that she got multiple buckets of shit. She's hoarding shit. Like, it's no need to hoard it. It's no need. You could have just called the plumber. Like, that's it.
What is the main cause of the smell?
Shit.
Musty odor
It's
having
shit.
to do with mold and dust.
That's shit. It's had to do with shit.
No.
Is that
No,
new
it's
information
shit.
to you? To think that the feces and urine has something to do with the smell?
I guess so, because I thought it was due to the mold and dust. You have to tell me this, because
You don't know, yeah. I mean, some people would argue, how do you not know that feces in the house is bad?
Why
But wait,
the
I don't
hell would
smell
they
it.
have to tell
It's
you
an
that?
extremely dangerous house.
Why?
The feces, the mold, and bloody tampons just laying on the floor.
It's going to be hard, but I'm going to give up some stuff.
It's not even going to be hard, yo. It's just shit. You know what I mean? Like, it's not going to be hard. It's not. It's not. You just throw away poop. That's it. It's really all.
Yo, Shalaki, man. They just said Salakia, echo over here. They just said it's not just the shit that she's leaving all over the place, but she got bloody tampons all over the house. So she's not even throwing away her used tampons. She's just leaving them wherever in the house. These are some heavy demonic spirits, man.
All you have.
Disgusting.
You
I mean,
And I'm going to go ahead and eat some of the contaminated food, and then the party's over. Because I have to get it, because when somebody goes on intervention, they want to get high one last time. The party ends for me tomorrow.
How is eating contaminated food a party?
Why the does it matter? I've been eating poop for 12 years.
Oh. No. I
Salakia,
was
Elder.
like making fun of her by saying she eats shit. Like I was like, oh, you eat shit.
Salakia, Elder. Now, remember what you just said. You said these are spirits that's on her. She just said she having a doo-doo party tomorrow, and they want to eat. You see how that came out?
Yeah.
Just like what
She
you're
got
saying.
legions, man.
Spirit she had on her.
Yeah, she got legions of spirits on her.
And they all want to eat doo-doo. All right.
This is why Job says I ain't even want them near my dogs, man.
God.
Because they eat my dog shit. They doing all kind of wicked stuff, man. If not one of them eating the dog shit, one of them want to marry the dog and have sex with my animals. Job's like, I don't even want you near my animals.
Right. But again, Elder, these are the people our men and women want to marry. This is why Yahweh and Christ told us, do not give your sons and daughters unto these people. Do not. First, they took out the coffee beans that came out of the cat's butt, out of his doo-doo. They took that and made that into coffee. Now they're just playing the same, man, I don't want to eat doo-doo coffee beans. Now I just want straight doo-doo. I just want straight feces. This is what I want to eat now.
Yeah, this is the legacy of the wicked, man. It's like how do you figure it out that eating this feline's shit is tasty and it's better when you put it in hot water and drink it? Who figured that out? Who came up with that eureka moment? This is how wicked these people are, man.
God. And remember, Elder, it's a delicacy to them, and they charge you. What did she say? $2,500? They charge you thousands of dollars to drink doo-doo coffee. Thousands of dollars to drink doo-doo coffee.
And this is not the only. I mean, this is just literally. There was a video that somebody posted the other day where this woman was in like a cat sanctuary or something, and she took the cat out of the cage and she grabbed the cat's shit and was eating the cat shit. So this is stuff that a lot of these people do. She literally was eating the cat shit. The other woman was eating the dog shit. Some people are drinking the most expensive coffee, and that is feline shit. This is crazy. The delicacy of the caviar is eggs of a fish. This don't the scripture says, you know, you could bring out scripture for all of these things, man. Don't envy the oppressor, man. Take none of his ways. Don't take none of their ways. Go ahead, sis.
They had a video of Esau. Well, she saw she was eating a whole rat. The rat, it was just the whole rat, and she just took the rat, just bit into the rat, and ate him. And they also have beaver. Beaver, for years we've been eating beaver grain in cake with the vanilla and stuff. The vanilla extract is actually beaver grain secretions.
Come.
That's how nasty that sucker is.
And let me just bring out the precept. Proverbs 3:31, King.
Salakia. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 3, and verse 31. Envy thou not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways.
Some of their ways you shouldn't follow, man.
Choose none of his ways.
You know, they're not all bad. Some of them are really good. You could follow some of them.
Choose none of his ways.
Don't follow none of the stuff they do. You know, this is just a drop in the bucket of some of the things they do. You know, some of them cooking food in toilet bowls. They bring you a damn sandwich from their damn party that they had over the weekend. Throw that shit in the garbage. They bring you some type of snack that they bought. Oh, we bought this in the store over the street next door. Throw that shit in the garbage because they probably have shit on their hands from eating dog shit. And then they come in and wrap that food up for you. When they cook in their food, the same spoon that they put in the damn pot, the same spoon the dogs are licking on. Don't envy them because they might have wealth and they got riches. They got wealth and riches because they don't go to the grocery store buying food. They're eating their own shit, so they got a whole lot of money to spend. Envy not the oppressor, and don't take none of their ways, man. Read it one more time, King.
This is a difficult lesson, man. Even envy thou not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways.
John, how you? You want to continue with this video, or you want to go to the next one?
No, we want to go to the next one.
I appreciate that very much.
Oh, this one, it ain't that bad, but it's close to bad because we got 3 more videos to go before, I want to pull out some more scriptures pertaining to us, the ones who follow the laws, to gather ourselves together. Because this right here just shows you why you're not to be of this world. You're not to move like this world. What did Christ say? What did he tell us? Any man that's a friend of the world is an enemy of God. You want to go out there and eat dog doodle? You're an enemy of God. You want to eat rats? You're an enemy of God. All these things are disgusting and abominable to us. But these people eat it constantly. So I have 2 more videos. One where Moab is cooking up the dogs, and I have one where Nigerian bushman is eating a giant rat, And we have the Edomite that I want to play next is drinking watery poo-poo. Just to show you how disgusting these people are, and we are not to mix with them. We walk down the streets, we see these people every day, they smile at you. Hi, how you doing? I don't even want to shake your doodle hand. I don't want to shake your doodle hand. I don't want you up close on me. You smell like a dog. You're eating what dogs eat. Even dogs eat their own doo-doo. And this is what you're doing.
So we're about 50 meters from where all those live dogs are being sold, and just down here, you've got this. I'm just watching a bunch of people roasting their dogs. Oh my God! The annual Dog Meat Festival upsets practically everyone who isn't taking part in it.
20年来，每年的夏至，在广西玉林都有大吃荔枝跟狗肉的习俗。他们要保留吃狗肉的传统，不受外地人的干预。
Animal rights activists say the dog meat trade is cruel, unhygienic, and poorly regulated, with stolen pets and strays making their way to the dinner table. Despite all this, and spurred on by fierce backlash from across China, some Yulin locals say this year they're even more set on ploughing down man's best friend by the cageful. Yulin is a town of 6 million, not far from China's southern border.
Do you guys hear this? Do you brothers and sisters hear this? Stolen pets and strays. So when you go out into the neighborhood and you look on a wall or on a pole and you say, and you see Poochie is missing, please call. He's on the dinner table of Moab. Let's continue.
Border of Vietnam. We arrived the day before summer solstice, and everyone was getting ready to celebrate by killing some dogs. So we're just heading down to Dongkou Shichong, which is one of the main meat markets here in Yulin. It's where a lot of people obviously buy their meat, so I'm hoping that there'll be guys buying dogs in preparation for the festival. Oh my God. The smell is just, I don't know, because it's meaty, it's like horribly meaty, and it's kind of mixed with that familiar doggy smell. It just really turns your stomach. But, you know, I don't hang out in meat markets that often, and a lot of Chinese meat markets, to be fair, are pretty explicit. So maybe this is normal. Maybe my stomach would be turned anyway, even if I didn't see so many dead dogs. 你为什么喜欢吃狗肉啊？它很香啊，很补啊，身体健康嘛。觉得不贵吗？17、18块不贵。猪肉多少钱？猪肉15块，牛肉35，牛肉更贵啊。
Did you see what this Moabitess just said? Eating a dog keeps you healthy. Eating a dog. Now, I remember when we used to speak upon this as a teenager. We used to always say these things, and people were saying that, oh, you're spewing hate on these people. You're saying these wicked, nasty things about these people. But look what they're doing. They're showing you. This is all the way from the early 90s when we used to talk about this. We used to talk about this. These people are eating these animals. These animals that are vulnerable. You're eating a dog and you're saying that it keeps you healthy. This is what the Most High God told you again from the beginning. Do not give your sons and daughters to these wicked people. These people eat all abominable things. Let's continue. I want to go to the last one. Nigeria's bushmeat farms eating giant rats. For sake of time, guys, see it's already 10 o'clock.
On a license plate of the Lamborghini, because it's still today, since 2019 when
I'm just trying to wrap my mind around this moment. I'm here with the most beautiful woman in Nigeria, and we're about to eat a giant rat. Pretty cool Friday.
Welcome to Nigeria. Before we enter Lagos, Africa's biggest city of over 20 million, we're heading deep into the countryside to explore Nigeria's most unique protein, bushmeat. Wild African animals that are hunted or more commonly trapped for the purpose of consumption.
Have you ever eaten these?
No, I haven't.
Bushmeat is fairly common here, but not all bushmeat is the same.
This particular animal is high in protein.
I think all meat is high in protein.
But this particular one is very high in protein.
Super protein.
In our first 2 Nigeria episodes, Miss Nigeria and I are taking on this distinct delicacy.
We're doing it.
Yeah.
From clean and orderly bushmeat farms to markets hawking wild animals, some that I never expected to see for sale. But before that, I'm heading to a small local village to see what folks here cook up as part of their everyday diet.
Breakfast is here. By the way, thank you.
Esther and her family settled here by the river a few hours from the mega city of Lagos. Folks around here make most of their income through fishing and farming, but selling fish traps is another common side hustle. Esther has a third business that brings in neighbors and brought us here too.
It looks stunning, and it's a large volume of food. That's about the size of my stomach. They say your stomach is about the size of your fist. Do you know that?
No, I do.
That's your stomach
So
right
you think
there.
my stomach is smaller?
This is even more than your stomach.
Yeah.
Could you eat this whole thing?
I don't think so.
See?
Made from corn that's been fermented for 3 days, pop is a good source of calories and nutrition. Prep is simple. Boil it in water and mix. But pop alone is bland. Folks usually combine it with something else.
First of all, we have to add the sugar to the pop.
Ruth, my local guide, shows me how to double down on the flavor.
Yeah.
This.
Oh, you get deep.
Yeah.
Oh, you're going. Oh.
See that?
Real deep. Mm-hmm. Wow.
Or a side meal made of beans and red chili peppers.
Holy shit. No, I can do it. No, sit down. Take a break.
Then deep fried until it turns a beautifully crispy shade of golden brown. They call it
akura.
Akara.
Akara.
Yeah, it's nice if you eat it together.
These are simple, affordable ingredients, but when prepared the right way, with a bit of work and creativity, it's delicious.
And a little more pop.
Combination.
I like it. It kind of coats your mouth. It's so smooth. A little bit sweet from the sugar, almost sour. They're both good. I love these fritters. Super crunchy, just a little bit of seasoning, not overpowering.
Pop and bean cakes are breakfast staples, but in the end, they are just cleverly disguised vegetables. So what about the meat? Well, today is a special day.
This is the first process of the goat preparation. They kind of singe the hairs off. This is a method I've seen done everywhere. In Papua, when they did a pig. In Vietnam, when they do goat. In Ninh Binh, they do the same thing.
Next, chopped pieces of goat meat are boiled in a soup made with plantains, red chili peppers, and lemongrass. The dish is called goat pepper soup, a recipe anyone around Nigeria will recognize.
So right here, she has kind of a chicken bouillon. You know, the goat is a little too goaty. We want it to be a little chickeny too. You want some goat? Ah. So what are these homes made out of? Is it just mud? Is there something else?
He said stick, it's gotten in the forest, and then the wall is made of mud.
How long does it take to build a house like this? Is that long or fast for you?
Feel that? No, since it's just mud. They just pass like.
These are plantains?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a sticky potato. It's taken on some of that broth. I like that. I'm gonna try the meat now. I love the meat. It's super juicy, but more than anything, this seasoning combination, especially with all the chilies, super good. Why the peppers? Why is that so popular as a seasoning? Do you have any idea?
It is healthy, even more healthy than plantain. It has more nutrients and helps the immune system fight diseases.
And is it only with goat, or are people doing this preparation with other animals too?
We could have beef pepper soup. We could have pig, even a dog.
Wow!
Yeah.
Have you had the dog one?
No, I haven't.
Salakia.
She lying. She lying.
Exactly. I'm about to say the same thing. Can you see that look on her face? She's
Damn
lying. She's lying. She was smiling about it. She was eating puppy. She was eating the Shih Tzu. So they eat it with everything. This is bushmeat. This is what the Africans eat. Learn not the way of the heathens, man. Learn not the way of the heathens. Let's get one last one before we go into the scriptures. Elder, can you get us the last one I sent you? The Suri people cattle herding and blood drinking traditions in Ethiopia. Hey, Mighty King, get Zephaniah 2 verse 12.
Welcome to Kibesh, a remote village in Ethiopia, where the Suri people have been herding cattle for centuries. The sky was still dark as we set out on our journey to visit the Suri cattle herd. We had been told that the best time to see them was in the early morning, before the heat of the day set in, and we were eager to experience this unique part of Suri culture. The Suri people have a deep connection to their cows, which they believe are a symbol of wealth and status. They treat them with great care and respect, and spend most of their days tending to their needs.
Thank you.
The young Suri boys are tasked with herding the family's livestock. These boys start herding cattle from a very young age, and it becomes a vital part of their daily routine. The Suri cattle herders are often seen walking barefoot, wearing little clothing apart from a simple cloth tied around their waist. They use their voice to communicate with the cattle, making distinct sounds and whistles to guide them in the right direction. As we watch the Suri boys and men tending to their cows, we are struck by the incredible bond they share with their animals. They treat them with respect and care, and seem to have an almost telepathic connection with them. It is clear that the cows are not just a source of food and income, but a deeply important part of Suri culture and tradition. To the Suri people, cattle represent wealth, power, and status. The larger a family's herd, the more respected they are within the community. Cattle are also used in dowry payments and as sacrifices during important rituals and ceremonies. The Suri people have a unique relationship with their cattle, which are treated as beloved members of the family. They spend a great deal of time caring for their herds, ensuring that they are healthy and well-fed. The Suri people believe that the blood of animals is sacred, and that by drinking it, they are honoring their animals and showing respect for their way of life. They also believe that the ritual has healing properties and that it can cure illnesses and boost their immune systems.
I think I have to be here. It's okay. I'm here.
The blood drinking ritual is typically performed by young Suri men who use a sharp bow and arrow to make a small incision into the neck of a cow or bull. They then collect the blood in a gourd or other container and mix it with milk or water before drinking it. The blood collected in the gourd must be consumed quickly as it coagulates and thickens rapidly. The Suri are well known for their unique and often extreme cultural practices, one of which is the ritual drinking of animal blood. The Suri, who are cattle herders, consider blood to be a valuable source of protein and nutrients, and believe that it gives them strength and vitality.
Con. Man. Now, didn't the Most High God said he chose us to be a holy people? He put a distinction between the Hebrew and the African. We are not to be like these wicked people. We are not to be like them. No way in hell am I going out there drinking blood, eating a giant rat, eating doo-doo. We're not, man, what's up with that? But our people who want to be part of these nations, who want to be part of the Illuminati and their rituals, you got to drink piss and you got to eat dog shit. So I get from my language, but this is what you have to eat to be a part of this, a part of these people, a part of the secret societies. And our people sell themselves to do each other such a thing. Mighty King, that scripture I asked for, do you have it?
God,
Bring that out, bro.
this is the book of Zephaniah 2 and 12. Ye Ethiopians also, ye shall be slain by my sword.
Man, all praise to the Most High. All praise to the Most High for slaying these wicked people for out there drinking animals' blood. The life essence. The Most High God tells us to pour this out onto the ground. Pour it out onto the ground. But these people, they drink it. They drink it. It's a ritual for them to drink the animal's blood. And we're going to show and prove that what the Most High God says about that. Let's get Leviticus 17, verse 13.
This is the book of Leviticus 17 and 13. And whatsoever man there be of the children of Israel, or of the strangers that sojourn among you, which hunteth and catcheth any beast or fowl that may be eaten, he shall even pour out the blood thereof and cover it with dust.
Cover it with dust. Cover it. Come on. And I was just getting ready to ask him to read that. 17 verse 11. I was just getting ready to ask him to read that. Just get ready to ask him to read that.
This is the book of
Leviticus. Come on, bring it out, King.
17 and 11. For the life of the flesh is in the blood, and I have given it to you upon the altar to make an atonement for your soul. For it is the blood that maketh an atonement for the soul.
It makes an atonement for the soul, not for you to drink it. Not for you to drink it. So let's get back into these scriptures real quick. Let's get Exodus 34, verse 10.
This is the book of Exodus 34 and 10. And he said, behold, I make a covenant. Before all thy people I will do marvels, such as have not been done in all the earth, nor in any nation. And all the people among which thou art shall see the work of the Lord, for it is a terrible thing that I will do with thee.
It is a terrible thing he's going to do with us. A terrible thing. This is why, they want to mix with you and make you docile and make you all weak. Remember, the devil knows your Bible better than you. So he knows what you're capable of doing. This is why it's called divide and conquer. If I can divide you 12 tribes, if I can divide you to go against your own brother and hate your own brother, then you're going to do what? You're going to be weak. You can be easy to conquer. Let's drop down to 30. Let's stay on Exodus and drop down to 30.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 34 and verse 30. And when Aaron and all the children of Israel saw Moses, behold, the skin of his face shone, and they were afraid to come nigh him.
So they're going to be afraid to come next to you when you're with the Most High God. They're going to be scared of this. You're the only people that can get next to the Most High God. You're the only ones. Nobody else. Nobody else. Moses' face shone like an angel. It was so bright. His own people were scared to come next to him. So imagine what's going to happen to you when you do the will of the Most High God. What's going to happen to you when you follow his statutes, laws, and commandments? What's going to happen to you when he sent his son back to come and get us? And you will be transformed into these new bodies. Imagine what's going to happen to you. Your face is going to shine just like his face shines. Let's get Matthew chapter 17, verse 1 through 3.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 17, verse 1. And after 6 days, Yahushua taketh Peter, James, and John, his brother, and bringeth them up into an high mountain apart, and was transfigured before them. And his face did shine as the sun, and his raiment was white as the light. And behold, there appeared unto them Moses and Elias talking with him.
Look at that. So he's showing you the transfiguration that you're going to go through at that time when he's coming to get us. When it's time for you to get that crown of life. When it's time for you to come back to the Most High God. When you have been chosen to eat of the fruit of the tree and enter into the kingdom. You learn about that in Revelation chapter 22, verse 14. When you're able to do these things, your body, your face is going to shine. He's showing you. He's showing you exactly what you're going to be doing, how you're going to look. You're going to look like your big brother. You're going to shine just like your big brother. But guess what? He wasn't the only one. As he showed you, Moses was there and his face shone. Shine bright like a diamond. Let's get 1 Corinthians 15, verse 34.
This is the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 13, verse 34.
15, verse 34.
Salakia. 15. This is the book of Corinthians, 1 Corinthians 15 and 34. Awake to righteousness and sin not, for some have not the knowledge of Yahweh. I speak this to your shame.
Right. Those people that we saw eating dog doodle, eating giant rats, eating drinking cow's blood, they have not the knowledge of the Most High God. He doesn't deal with them. You have the knowledge. You are not to do what they're doing. You have the knowledge. This is why you must gather yourselves together. Those of the righteous people, those that have found the Lord, the Most High God, you are to gather together. Gather yourselves together. Go out to these feast days. Show them how the Most High God have you party. Show them how the Most High God have you enjoy yourself on a feast day, one of His high holy days. And when you do it, you don't see nobody getting shot after the party. You don't see no fights after the party. You don't see none of this nonsense. None of that. Let's get the next one.
The next verse at
35, next one.
Okay. But some man will say, how are the dead raised up? And with what body do they come?
You see that? So now he's asking you, how are you raised up? We already know, but Baruch 4 verse 1 tells you that if you leave these laws, you are dead. But when you adhere to these laws, you are alive, as I'm paraphrasing. And Yahweh just told you in Revelation 2, verse 25, 26, and 27, he that overcometh will I give a new crown. You will get a crown. He also told you he would give you a new body. So you're going to have these things. And he's asking you, how are these wise people that are following the will of the Most High God, have been raised up? Let's go to the next one, 36.
Thou fool, that which thou sowest is not quickened, except it die.
You have not sown anything righteous. You have not done anything for the Most High God. You're about to die. You're about to die. And many of our people that we've seen out here has passed away, who have not sown any good, have done nothing righteous for the Most High God, have not repented, have not come back to the statute, laws, and commandments. Hell, we don't even know what the hell they was doing out there for them to get that kind of judgment. Only the Most High God knows. We don't want that judgment. Let's continue.
37. And that which thou sowest not that body that shall be, but bear grain. It may chance of wheat or of some other grain.
Right, because your body will change. You will change. You won't have the same element body, You won't have the body that's going to have the same back pain, the same knee pain, the same stomach pain, the same broken finger or bone cut off from your wrist. You won't have that body anymore. You won't have that. Let's continue.
But Yahweh giveth it a body as it hath pleased him, and to every seed his own body.
To every seed his own body. He given you a body that he wanted you to have from the beginning. And then when that time comes, he's going to give you a body that he wants you to have forever. So right now, you have to deal with this body. This is why it's important to follow his dietary laws, and it's important to follow his statutes and commandments. It's very important because this body he's giving you right now, you must take care of it, or else you will be destroyed. It's just that simple. You could be out there running with the Ethiopians drinking damn cow's blood, or with Esau eating doodle sandwiches. You could be doing that. You already know what the hell shrimp, crab, and lobster does to your body. It gives you diabetes and you become obese and get other kind of diseases. That's just from eating shellfish. Imagine what happens to your body if you start eating what the hell they're eating. Let's continue.
All flesh is not the same flesh, but there is one kind of flesh of men, another flesh of beasts, another of fishes, and another of birds.
Continue.
There are also celestial bodies and bodies terrestrial, but the glory of the celestial is one, and the glory of the terrestrial is another.
Right, and we're looking to get these magnificent bodies, celestial beings, celestial spirits. We're looking to get those bodies. This is what we're looking for. We're aiming for that reward that he's talking about. Let's continue.
There is one glory of the sun, and another glory of the moon, and another glory of the stars. For one star differeth from another star in glory.
That also talking about us. Not just out there in the sky that we sing. It also talks about us. We're not the same. We differ just a little bit from here and there, here and there. We're the same people, yes. But am I the same as Elder Shemaiah? Am I the same as Elder Torah? Am I the same as the priest of Bach? No, I am not. I am not the same as them. Every star differs. Every star has a difference of it. You have a difference of you from every other person. You have a special gift that you must use for the Most High God that's different from everybody else's gift. Let's continue.
So also the resurrection of the dead, it is sown in corruption, it is raised in corruption, and incorruption.
Continue.
It is sown in dishonor, it is raised in glory. It is sown in weakness, it is raised in power.
Right. Because right now our bodies have to go through all this wickedness on this earth. You have to go through pain. You have to go through breakdowns. How can you say it? Hospitals because a bone might be broken or certain things like that. But when you get that body that was raised by power, you won't have to worry about that. Let's continue.
It is sown in a natural body, it is raised a spiritual body. There's a natural body and there's a spiritual body.
Come. And we're trying to get our spiritual body to grow by doing what? Keeping these statutes, laws, and commandments, keeping the faith of Hamashiach Yahawashah, and reading the words and the thoughts of the Most High God, which is known as our Bible. Basic instructions before leaving Earth. Let's continue.
And so it is written, the first man, Adam, was made a living soul. The last Adam was made a quickening spirit.
Right. The last Adam was made a quickening spirit. And we know who that was. Let's continue.
Howbeit that was not first which is spiritual, but that which is natural, and afterward that which is spiritual.
Go on, continue.
The first man is of the earth, earthy. The second man is of the Lord, from heaven.
Come on. So he's showing you again that not just this man that was earthy had the same spirit as Yahushua. No, he's not saying that. What he's saying here is that the first Adam was corruptible. He wasn't following his spiritual flesh. He wasn't following his spiritual body. He was following his fleshly body. And this is why we got into the trouble that we are in now to this day, because we follow a lot of our fleshly bodies. We don't follow a lot of our spiritual bodies. We're not like the second Adam, but we're trying to be. This is the grace. We're trying to be like the second Adam, following our spiritual bodies. That means sacrifice, dedication. These are the things we have to go through in order to follow the second Adam. Let's continue.
And as we have borne the image of earthy, we shall also bear the image of the heavenly. Now this I say, brethren, that flesh and blood cannot inherit the kingdom of Yahweh, neither doth corruption inherit incorruption.
God, you're not going to go in there with these fleshly broken down bodies. You're not going to go in there with this body. This is a temporary case, a temporary holdings of your spirit, temporarily, until that time comes where you're going to get that magnificent body that he ordained for you to have. If you can make it to the end, if you can endure into the end, you're going to get the promise and that mighty celestial body that pertains to you if you endure to the end. Let's continue.
Behold, I shew you a mystery. We shall not all sleep, but we shall all be changed.
Look at that. So what he mean by we shall not all sleep? A lot of us are not going to be murdered for the word, as he's telling you here. As you know it, death is sleep for us. Death is sleep. Not a lot of us will not be sleep when he comes. When he sent his son down to come to bring out the 144,000, a lot of us will be, but a lot of us will not be. And we're going to see this change. We're going to see it. And when we see it, we're going to have tears in our eyes, crying and weeping, as he tells you in second Esdras. Let's continue.
Done. In a moment, in the twinkling of an eye, at the last trump, for the trumpet shall sound, and the dead shall be raised incorruptible, and we shall be changed.
Now, did he say the first that die for this word shall be raised up? And when the dead be raised up, I know a lot of us, we used to watch Mortal Kombat or play the Mortal Kombat game. What happened to Liu Kang when he was raised up? His body was very powerful. Very powerful. Where do you think they get that from? Even in the scriptures, they tell you when Christ has died and the earth split open, a lot of the dead walked back to their homes and was sitting down and talking like nothing in the hell was going on. Like, ain't nothing changed. And people were looking like, who the hell is this? Scared to death. Scared to death. Let's continue.
For this corruptible must put on incorruption, and this mortal must put on immortality.
Right. What's going to help us become immortality? What's going to help us to get that immortality? We have to continue to keep the faith and do the will of the Most High God. This is the reward that we're looking for, to become immortal. We are already called the sons and daughters of God. Next, we have to be like him. And the only way we can be like him is to be perfect like him. How can you be perfect? Keeping these statutes, laws, and commandments. keeping the faith of his son. Keeping the faith. Let's continue.
So when this corruptible shall have put on incorruption, and this mortal shall have put on immortality, then shall be brought to pass the saying that is written, death is swallowed up in victory.
That's right, because there's no way now that this mortal can die. He just went through the whole transfiguration and he became immortal by doing what? Keeping the statute, laws, and commandments. By doing everything the Most High God said to do. Revelation 22, verse 14. He told you, blessed are they that keep my commandments, that they may enter into the gate and eat from the tree of life. As I'm paraphrasing. Let's continue.
O death, where is thy sting? O grave, where is thy victory?
Right, because you're not going to be afraid of death anymore. You seen how Superman look on the TV? Bullets, five-pack of the Superman movie that I saw, a bullet hit him dead in the eye and flattened on his eyeballs. These are the things that are going to be happening to you. Continue.
The sting of death is sin, and the strength
sting of death is what?
Sin.
The sting of death is sin. So when you're sinning, again, you're going to die. You're going to die. We have the grace period and time right now to stop sinning. Try to continue to be perfect. Strive to be perfect in this wicked time. I mean, this time is so damn wicked right now. It's hard to be perfect. And this is why it's very important for you to continue. Because when you continue, you're going to get that reward. And he knows it's very hard, but only a few shall attain it. Lord willing, we all shall attain it. We know it's a few is going to attain it. I pray that all of us here at HUI shall attain that immortality. We shall attain that reward. Let's continue.
But thanks be to Yahweh, which giveth us the victory through our Lord Yahweh Shai Mashiach.
Continue, King.
Therefore, my beloved brethren, be ye steadfast, unmovable, always abounding in the work of the Lord, for as much as ye know that your labor is not in vain in the Lord.
Your labor is not in vain in the Lord. Continue. He sees us out there putting in our work. He sees us out there struggling, going against the wiles of the devil, going against the wicked society, dealing with these rainbow colors that these people out there try to use, and they spirits that come with them. He see that. He see all of that. He see a lot of our men and women who have made covenants with the wicked. He see that. We got a sister right now on IG. For the sake of time, I won't even play it. I won't play the what's her name? I won't put up the post. But she's talking about she's a Jew. She knows she's a true Jew. But you're out there fighting for the Zionists. I'm looking like, what? What is this sister talking about? Again, First Maccabees 1 through 11, and also down to 40, 41, and 42. Because our people love to make covenant with these wicked people. Love to do that. Let's get Philippians 3, verse 21. Philippians 3, verse 21. Our people love to make covenants with these wicked people. And it always start with what? Our women. They make sure.
This is the book of Philippians, chapter 3 and 21.
Come.
Who shall change our vile body? But it may be fashioned like unto his glorious body, according to the working whereby he is able even to subdue all things unto himself.
Right. Who is able to change our bodies to be like his body? Who's able to do that? We know who that is. That is the Almighty God, the King of terrors, our God, the only God of Israel, Yahweh. He is able to do these things for us. Let's get 2 Corinthians 5, verse 1.
This is the book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 5 and 1. For we know that if our earthly house of this tabernacle were dissolved, we have a building of Yahweh, and house not made with hands, eternal in the heavens.
Come on. Come on. Because this earthly body that we have here, you're going to have to shed it soon. We're going to have to shed it. Like I said before, a lot of us are going to be murdered or massacred for the word, and a lot of us is going to see him come down with all his glory. And you're going to have to shed this corruptible body. We already seen that put out in a few scriptures ahead of this. Let's continue.
For in this we groan, earnestly desiring to be clothed upon with our house, which is from heaven.
Come on. Continue, mighty king.
If so, and be that being clothed, we shall not be found naked.
Right. We're not going to be found naked. We're waiting to get to our house that is in heaven. We're waiting to get there. But we as Israelites, we know that this heaven, this house, this heaven is going to be back on earth. It's going to be built on earth. We know this. We know this. So when the Christians think about, oh, Jerusalem is going to come from the sky with golden streets and it's going to fall on the earth. No, that's not what the hell God is talking about, man. That's not what John the Revelator was speaking about when he saw New Jerusalem coming out of the sky. No, that's not what he meant. It shall be built on this earth. The streets are going to be gold. There will be many mansions in there. Many mansions just for us. Just for us in that kingdom. 12 gates. 3 on each side for every tribe of Israel. Nobody else. Let us continue.
For we that are in this tabernacle do groan, being burdened, not for that we would be unclothed, but clothed upon, that mortality might be swallowed up of life.
Again, that mortality, this is why we're going to be immortal. Immortal. What does that mean to be immortal? Nothing can hurt you. Not even goddamn kryptonite. Shalakia for the language. Not even kryptonite. So you're going to be better than Superman. Yahweh is better than Superman. Nothing can hurt his immortal body that he has now. Nothing. And you're going to be just like him. Let's continue.
Now he that hath wrought us for the selfsame thing is Yahweh, who also have given unto us the earnest of the Spirit.
Right, the Spirit of righteousness, the Holy Spirit. Continue.
Therefore, we are always confident, knowing that whilst we are at home in the body, we are absent the Lord.
Right, because every last one of us, again, he knew us from the beginning. He knows who are going to come back to him. He knows who are going to go out there and do this work. He knows who are going to be saved at the end of time. He already knows that this is a book that was already written. Let's continue.
We walk by faith, not by sight.
Right. There are things that we can't even see that's probably around us right now. There are things around us we can't even see right now. Matter of fact, let me see if I can pull that up in one of the scriptures. Let's see if I can get that out there. No, I can't remember the scripture exactly what that was. But again, when one of the brothers was riding his animal, and the animal stopped because there was an angel in front of him. He could not see it. He could not see it, but the animal saw it. So he turned to another path. And when he turned to that path, another angel was there. And the animal spake, "Why do you smite me? Do you not see what's ahead of me?" And the Most High God has opened his eyes, and what he saw, it was an angel standing there with a damn flaming sword, ready to chop his head off. So there are things out here we cannot see. There are spirits out here we cannot see right now. But when the time comes, he will open our eyes up. We will be able to see everything, even the wicked people for what they really are. Even the demons that are on these people for making them eat dog poopy and making them eat raw dogs and drinking coffee doodle beans. All these things will be revealed to you in due time. Let's continue.
We are confident, I say, and willing rather to be absent from the body and to be present with the Lord.
Continue.
Wherefore we labor that, whether present or absent, we may be accepted of him.
Right. This is why it's important to get out there and to speak the words of the Most High God. It's important to get out there and show our people their transgressions and show them about their sins. Real quick, let's get Isaiah 58, verse 1. We could go there. We could also go to Ezekiel. You can also go to Ezekiel where he tells you, "I make you a watchman." Ezekiel 2, verse 3, going all the way down to 9, where he tells you. But for time's sakes, I'm not going to go through that whole chapter right there from Ezekiel chapter 2 going on. I'm not going to go there. We're going to go to Isaiah 58, verse 1. We're going to bring that out. We're going to come right back here.
This is the book of Isaiah 58 and 1. Cry aloud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and shew my people their transgressions, the house of Jacob their sins.
Right, this is what we're here to do, to go out to the highways and cry out loud to our people, to show them the wickedness, the things they're doing against the Most High God, Yahweh. Let's go back here to 2 Corinthians 5, verse 10. We must do these things so we can be accepted of him. You're not going out there to fight for his righteousness. You're not going out there to speak for his justice, speak for his laws, and show the people what needs to be done to come back to him, to bid into the marriage. You won't be accepted. You won't be accepted. You're not out there trying to show them how to do the laws by keeping his laws, not eating shrimp, crab, or lobster. You won't be accepted. You're not out there showing the women how to dress modestly in apparel, how to men, how to treat their women, how to love their women like they love the Most High God. You won't be accepted. Yo, Black Bahan be stuck right on out here. Let's continue.
This is 2 Corinthians chapter 5 and 10. For we must all appear before the judgment seat of Christ, that everyone may receive the things done in his body, according to that he had done, whether it be good or bad.
Whether it be good or bad. So this is the main reason why we go out there and we try to get the blood and get the spots off of our garments. We need to get the spots off of our garments. I know damn well I need to. I know that. I know I need to get those spots off of my garment. How about you? Let's continue.
Knowing therefore the terror of the Lord, we persuade men, but we are made manifest unto Yahweh. And I trust also are made manifest in our consciences.
Con, when you're doing his statute, laws, and commandments, it's in your mind. You constantly want to make sure you're doing the will of the Most High God. Joshua 1 verse 8. This law of the book will not depart out of my mouth. It will not. We study this day and night. Now we know the Most High God said, don't be in it all day or all night, because again, he don't want you to burn yourself out. But when you're doing this, he's always in your mind. He's always in your heart. You want to do everything that he wants you to do. So when you go out there, you know how to behave. You know how to act. You ought to act like your father. Move like your father. Be godly like your father. Let's get 2 Ezra chapter 2, verse 42.
This is the book of 2 Ezra, chapter 2. I, Esdras, saw upon the Mount Sion a great people whom I could not number, and they all praised the Lord with songs.
Right. We're going to praise the Most High God with songs. We're going to praise him. You think the song that we're singing now is going to be all? Nah, there's going to be more songs than that. Lord willing, bro, will Yahweh be one of them? But it's going to be more songs than that. More songs. Whatever song he wants to be there, we're going to be praising him with songs. A barrage of songs. A multitude of people. Let's continue.
And in the midst of them, there was a young man of a high stature, taller than all the rest, and upon every one of their heads he set crowns, and was more exalted, which I marveled at greatly.
Right. He's going to set crowns upon our heads. Those that endure to the end. He will set crowns upon their head. You was out there doing the work of your father. You was out there doing the work of Yahweh. You was out there preaching the words and bidding the children to come back to the marriage. You was doing these things. Your labor does not go in vain. Let's continue.
So I asked the angel and said, Sir, what are these?
Continue.
He answered and said unto me, These be they that have put off the mortal clothing and put on the immortal, and have confessed the name of Yahweh. Now are they crowned and receive honor.
Gone. These are us who have taken off the mortal clothing. How do we get on immortal clothing? By keeping his statutes, laws, and commandments. What is this called? Putting on the full armor of God. Let's continue.
Then said I unto the angel, What young person is it that crowneth them and giveth them palms in their hands?
Continue.
So he answered and said unto me, It is the Son of Yahweh, whom they have confessed in the world. Then began I greatly to command them that stood so stiffly for the name of the Lord.
Because Esdras is going to be a general. He's going to be one of his generals, as he was told right here. He commanded them, and we stood stiffly for the Most High God. We stood stiffly there. Let's continue.
And then the angel said unto me, Go thy way, and tell my people what manner of things, and how great wonders of the Lord thy God thou hast seen.
Now, wait a minute, mighty king. Now, see, this again shows these people, shows our people, and shows these so-called Christians who don't want to believe in Apocrypha, that it speaks about Yahweh Shah. And guess what the angel says here? Read 48 one more time. This line right here probably goes over all the Christians' heads, but we understand the truth and we understand the will of the Most High God. We understand these laws, we understand his scriptures because we keep his precepts. Let's bring it out one more time.
Then the angel said unto me, Go thy way, and tell my people what manner of things, and how great wonders of the Lord thy God thou hast seen.
The angel's telling you, my people. The angel said, my people. My people. Why? Because you are the children of the Most High God. So when it goes back into these books, the book of Enoch, when the sons of God came down and had sex with the women and they made giants on the land, man, get out of here with that garbage. Get out of here with that. You are the sons of God who went out there and have sex with the women on this earth. You did that. The angel is telling you right here, my people. The angel is saying this. He just spoke to you about Yahweh Shah. Now he's telling you, my people. But this goes past their heads. Let's go back to Zephaniah 2, verse 1 and 2. It's crazy how our people listen to Esau when he takes out the books of the scriptures because he hides a lot of things. He hides many things from us that we don't even understand, and many things he don't want us to understand or to know because it exposes him and his whack, destructive, white supremacist doctrine, which is called Christianity. The angel called you my people. My people. Don't we say that on the highways and byways we go out preaching? My people are hard-headed. They don't want to listen. Don't we say that? Our angel was calling you my people. But you can't tell it to these Christians. They don't read the Apocrypha. Let's bring out Zephaniah 1 verse 2.
This is the book of Zephaniah, chapter 1. Gather yourselves together.
Like a king. Chapter 2, yeah.
I meant Salakia chapter. I'm looking at chapter 2, verse 1. I just said, I don't know why I said it. This is the book of Zephaniah, chapter 2, and verse 1. Gather yourselves together. Yeah, and gather together, O nation, not desired. Before the decree bring forth, before the day pass as the chaff, before the fierce anger of the Lord come upon you, before the day of the Lord's anger come upon you.
Right. Before he cracked open that sky and said, I have had enough. We are to gather ourselves together. He don't want to see us out there eating doggy poo-poo. He don't want to see us out there eating monkey brains. He don't want to see us out there drinking cow's blood. He don't want to see us out there drinking doo-doo coffee. He don't want to see us out there eating our damn pit bulls. He don't want to see that. My people are going to gather themselves together. My people, the ones who want to listen to me, we're going to gather together. And when we gather together, the angel encampeth around us. For time's sake, let's get Zechariah chapter 1, verse 1.
This is the book of Zechariah, chapter 1. In the 8th month, 2nd year of Darius, came the word of the Lord unto Zechariah, son of Berechiah, son of Iddah, the prophet, saying,
Continue.
The Lord hath been sore displeased with your fathers.
Continue, King.
Therefore say thou unto them, Thus saith the Lord of hosts, Turn ye unto me, saith the Lord of hosts. I will turn unto you, saith the Lord of hosts.
Turn unto the Most High God. We're gathering ourselves together and we're here to turn unto the Most High God. That way we won't have to face his wrath in Zephaniah chapter 2, verse 1 and 2. We don't want to do that. So we're gathering ourselves together. We're gathering ourselves together to follow his statutes, laws, and commandments and keep the faith of his son that we might be able to stand before. Continue.
Be ye not as your fathers, unto whom the former prophets have cried, saying, Thus saith the Lord of hosts, Turn ye now from your evil ways and from your evil doings. But they did not hear, nor hearken unto me, saith the Lord.
We tell our people all the time, go put some clothes on. Women, don't walk outside with your boobies hanging out. We don't want to see you dancing in front of the goddamn camera, shaking your behind. We don't want to see that. We don't want you outside screaming and yelling like you could be the man, getting all emotional, got your finger pointing, your little curvy nail finger pointing in the face or in the camera. We don't want to see that. We want you to be how you are supposed to be on this earth, as a princess, as a queen. This is how you're supposed to move. You men out there, pull up your damn pants. If you're sagging, you're fagging. Plain and simple. You want somebody to see your little dirty jaw, your dirty behind? That's because you want somebody to play with it. That's the whole reason why you keep walking outside with the pants hanging up your behind. And I say it to them all the time. I could care less. If you're sagging, you're fagging. Pull your damn pants up. It's time to be a righteous man instead of being a damn sloppy ass dude on the streets. Let's continue, Mighty King.
Your fathers were, or where are they? And the prophets, and do they live forever?
Right. Right now, we can't live forever on this earth. We can't live forever on this earth right now. We don't have the covenant and the promises. I can't say that. We haven't gotten it yet, eternal life. We haven't gotten that eternal crown. We haven't gotten that new body. So we're not here right now on this earth forever. Continue.
But my words and my statutes, which I commanded my servants, the prophet, did they not take hold of your fathers? And they returned and said, Like as the Lord of hosts thought to do unto us, according to our ways, according to our doing, so have he dealt with us.
Right. You dealt wickedly with the Most High God, he's going to deal wickedly to you. You want to come back to the Most High God? Again, like we read early in the scriptures, he's going to come back unto you. All praise to the Most High God. And with that, I'm going to end the class for time's sake. I know a lot of our brothers and sisters have to work in the morning. So I pray and hope my brothers and sisters were edified just for that short couple of scriptures that we went through. You know, we went through a lot of scriptures more than the churches went through just that time right there. Just that time for the Christians to be in church from 4 or 3 p.m. up until 11 p.m. at night. We done been through about 20 scriptures that fast. That fast. And with that, by way of the Most High God, Yahweh, by Hashem HaMashiach Yahweh Shah, I would like to say,
Kwon Yasharala.
Come. You gonna say it for me, Mighty King?
Run for your God.
There we go. Oh, praises. God, all praises. Do we have any questions? The sister said grossified instead of edified. Hey, you gotta understand, man, it's why he chose us not to be like these people. So when you see those things and you see what they was doing, be happy that he chose you to be a separate people, a holy people unto himself. Otherwise, you could be out there doing the same thing that they're doing. You could have been doing the same thing that they were doing. But he chose you to be separate, a holy people unto himself. So that's why I wanted to show y'all exactly what they're doing out there. Come. Anybody else have any questions?
Great class up.
Con, I hope I didn't gross shit out too much.
Nah, not too much.
You can still eat the pancakes in the morning.
I'll never eat another steak again.
Just make sure it's not mooing. Oh, man. So if any of our brothers and sisters don't have any more questions, I'd like to give you 3 to 5 minutes to turn to the east. We get ready to do the Lord's Prayer. So we get ready to close the class out. I thank y'all all for being here. I thank the Most High God the most for bringing y'all here to listen and to see what the other nations are doing behind closed doors, and not just closed doors, to the point where now the Most High God is revealing their wickedness and revealing their sins. And while you are not these people, but yet they try to call you these people. So, let's turn to the east. This is the Lord's Prayer in Paleo Hebrew. Abanawa, Shabashamayim, Quadash, Haya, Shemka, Yahweh, Malapaka, Dabash, Barazaka, Haya, Isha, Barataza, Kawa, Haya, Bashamayim, let the Lanawa, Lacham, Kaldawam, Wasalach Lanama, Tabawaf Dayanawa, Kasalach Dayanawa, Wala'a, Dayabanawa, Vanessanayawan, Abal, Hawashanawa, Mayan, Rai, Kaya, Laka, Hamalach, Wahala, Wahatapara, Laiwa Yum Yum, Amen. I thank you, Almighty God, for my beautiful people that you have brought to you to listen to your words, to learn from your words, and to not be like the heathens, to not be out there doing the wicked and filthy, disgusting things that they are doing. You have chosen a few, a remnant. I am thankful to be a part of this remnant, and I'm thankful that you chose everybody on this life to be a part of your remnant, to not go out there and defile their own bodies with the wickedness of this society and the wickedness of these other nations. By way of the mighty Son Hamashiach Yahweh Shah, I ask that you keep all the other camps in your mind and protect them as they go out there to do your will and to do your work, and keep an eye on our brothers because they need you out there. We need you out there, and we thank you for that. Aman Shema Yasharallah Yahweh Allah Hayanawa Yahweh Aha Shema Yasharallah Yahweh Allah Hayanawa Yahweh Aha Shema Yasharallah Yahweh Allah Hayanawa Yahweh Aha. All praise due to the Most High God.
All praise.
God. My beautiful people, have a blessed night. And just remember, when you see those heathens, be skeptical of shaking their hands. You might be shaking their hand and they picked up the doodle whip to eat it. Oh, praise the Most High God, yeah, I tell you. Oh
Hey,
man,
did you see that black girl, the Israelite girl, man? Did you see the look on her face, man?
God, you see how
She was
she was
like,
looking? She's like, yo, you eating dude.